A princess and her handmaiden are strolling down a beautiful brown path, surrounded by beautiful green trees as far as the eye can see. They're both wearing beautiful green dresses. Of course, the princess is going to have a beautiful dress, isn't she? And the handmaiden can't let the princess down, has to dress just as well. So they're walking along this beautiful path on a wild sunny day, yellow sunshine, blue sky, green trees, and they come across a green lily pond. And right in the middle of that green lily pond is a great big fat green lily. And right in the middle of that great big fat green lily is a great big fat frog. Can you guess what color it was? Green. Yeah, right. So the handmaiden looks at the princess and says, "Princess, why don't you get the frog?" And the princess looks puzzled and says, "Well, why?" So because the frog might be a prince. And if you just kiss the prince, he'll kiss the frog, he'll turn into a prince, and probably all your financial woes will be solved. And he may be good looking, so you may even want to marry him. Princess thinks about this. Maybe, maybe not. Okay, lady in waiting, go in the pond and get that frog for me. You know, princess's perks. I don't have to get wet. Sends a lady in waiting in. The lady in waiting comes back with the frog. The princess takes it, puts the frog in her hand. Frog looks at the princess looks at the frog. The frog speaks. The frog says, "Princess, your lady in waiting is right. I am in fact a prince. I have been bewitched by a witch. And if you will just kiss me but once, I will revert to my handsome prince state, and all that I have will be yours." Princess looks at the frog. Frog looks at the princess. Lady in waiting looks at the princess. Lady in waiting looks at the frog. This goes on for 5 minutes. Nobody says anything. And finally the princess says, the lady in waiting says to the princess, "Well, princess, why don't you kiss the frog?" "I thought about it," the princess said, "but I think I can make more money with a talking frog in a carnival show." Okay, where did our thinking take us? Anybody want to say it out loud? Kiss the prince, right? Yeah. It's all in your head. It's the way we think. So this illustration as a starter will tell you that we have allowed our thinking to be constrained by what our beliefs are. Okay? Living our lives without thinking, we're missing an awful lot on a daily basis. And when we miss these things, we don't live. And when we live, the energy returns because we see things from a different perspective. We see things from a different angle. We start to see things in ourselves that we want to change. And if you don't open your eyes and if you don't look, you don't see things and you miss this life, this amazing trip called life. I asked my wife to say ducks because I wanted to tell you a story. Recently I was in Las Vegas where there was a convention. Purpose behind the convention doesn't really matter. I was in the convention, we were attending it with my wife. And we were heading off to the convention hall and we were running late. So we weren't really looking around too much at anything. Traffic was a little heavy. We had to go down the main strip, and as you know, the main strip in Las Vegas is what, 4 lanes each side, right? 4 lanes, yeah? 8-lane highway, if you will. So we're sitting in the traffic and we're kind of cursing a little bit, and I'm getting frustrated. Yeah, even hypnotherapists can get frustrated too. So I was getting frustrated, and my wife was trying to calm me down, as she always does. But I was just getting frustrated. I wasn't really looking at anything. And then the traffic stopped again. And I was like, oh, God, the traffic's got to get moving, and we've got to get here, we've got to get there. And then I saw why the traffic had stopped. And I had to put absolutely everything that I ever knew completely out the window. There, walking across an 8-lane highway, was a duck, head held high, waddling across. It was amazing. But what was even more amazing was the 8 little ducklings that were walking behind. And all of them were walking with the exact same confidence that the mom had. And what happened? Did the drivers go over the duck and squash it? Absolutely not. They stopped, We got out the car, a couple of other drivers got out the car, started to stop the traffic, a cop saw what was happening, walked up, helped out, and these ducks walked across this 8 lanes. Desert on one side, construction site on the other. Where'd they come from? More importantly, where were they going? You know? So it was at that point that I recognized yet again how locked my thinking was in regular, daily, routine stuff. And it took these ducks to absolutely kind of slap me in the face and to realize that if I start to see things differently, if I look for things that are different, my whole psyche is tuned to seeing other things. That keeps me more alert. There is nothing more deadly to an individual to be in a rut, to have stopped thinking, to be doing everything by rote.